Thanks for watching. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified of each new video as it comes out. Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival. And so today we're going to take a look at the 3VGear Paratus pack. It's kind of a 3-day pack, 3-day assault pack. You might look at that like a line 3 pack for your go to war gear or militia gear or whatever you want to call it. Could be used for like a lightweight bug out bag, or it could be used for like a get home bag. Kind of just depends. I've got this kind of loaded down with even some extra pouches and stuff like that. I just kind of wanted to show you guys just an idea of how much stuff can fit in it and some of the things that you could put it in it, for like a line 3 pack or something like that. That you have to take that for a little bit of with a grain of salt, because any type of mission that you would do, you would be packing the pack for that mission, right? So so this is just kind of just examples, just different kinds of examples and things like that. It's not necessarily for anything specific. So with that, let me change the camera around here and we'll just kind of go over this thing a little bit and just kind of show you what's in it. Okay, so here's a look at the pack. It has a secondary kit that you can take off of it. It's just held on with molly gear, and so I'll pull that off first, pop a couple of snaps, and then it's got a couple of metal gates. You slide it through. It's not super difficult. It's not as hard as like some of the, there we go, we got it free. So it's not as difficult as like some of the molly webbing and stuff like that. What they've done is they've got these little metal, I'm calling them gates, I don't know where they are really. That way you can kind of slide them through and then slide it through the molly webbing and then slide it through here again. And it just makes it still holds it good, but it kind of makes it where it's a little easier to get off. Now it does also have a top belt, or a strap that you can use as either a shoulder strap or you can use it as a belt, so you can carry this like a fanny pack. I'll have to show you that. I'll throw a picture in here of it because it's upstairs right now. So for this situation, I'm just using this pack like a survival pack, or like an escape and evasion pack, or something like that, like where you could grab it and go if you needed to, whatever. So in this side pocket, I just put a couple of field bandages, some wire, plastic protractor for map and compass work, some aqua tabs for chlorine dioxide for or excuse me, it's not chlorine dioxide, it's sodium dichlorocyanurate. Basically just a little different version of it, but basically the same. But for purifying water on the go, lensatic compass, extra little folding knife, and cheesy little Frontier Guardian water filter. Not a big fan of the straw type filters, you guys know that. Ferro rod and knife sharpener. What else we got in here? I think that's it for that pocket. And then in here, again, I just packed this up kind of quick. I didn't really put a whole lot of time and thought into it. One of these massive wet wipes. Obviously you could use that as toilet paper, you could use it for whatever, freshening up. And then a little like a bivvy. This is a survival frog one. It's kind of like the SOL bivvies. That's it for that one. This pack could also be a like a medical pouch. You could do that for sure. That would be easy. Over here I've got a Cocoon silk, 100% silk sleeping bag liner and a poncho. And you know, you could take these three in a crunch and do pretty good at warming yourself up. It's not going to do as good as like a fleece sleeping bag liner and a thicker survival blanket, but you know, in a pinch, it would probably work, and it would keep you dry and at least somewhat warm and kind of retain some of your body heat if you're in a bad situation. All right, that's it for that one. And then this has there's a little handle that kind of folds back there. In here, I've just got an extra magazine, you know, just in case you need some extra ammo. Set of snips for cutting zip ties. Some rim oil, just some any kind of gun oil, you know, would be fine. And then a few different light sticks. The only reason I threw these in is if your team or something like that had established that a certain color light stick means a certain thing or something along those lines, then you might be able to use them that way. But as a general rule, in a tactical situation, you're probably not going to be using any light sticks. And then just roll a bank line and a steri pin for sterilizing water. And let's see, you probably don't need 3 ways to purify water, but a little bit of 550 cord. Like I said, it's just kind of a representative sample. A little bit of pitch wood for starting fire. And I think that's it for that portion. Okay, so on the knife on the outside here that I put on the outside is the Moore knife, Pathfinder Black. Just a really cool knife. Maybe not necessarily a combat knife. I'm not saying that since it kind of has the rat tail tang. But it's just a representative thing. You know, any kind of knife you could strap on the outside here because the backpack has a Pal's webbing or Molly webbing, you know, field right here on the back. So it was really just to kind of show you that. 2-liter canteen for water. You're going to want to have some extra water. You know, a line 3 pack, kind of the general idea behind it, if you guys, you know, aren't aware, is that let's say that you're gonna, you know, it's a civil war or something or whatever, and you know there's maybe a foreign invasion. Let's put it that way. Maybe a foreign invasion, and the U.S. military is busy fighting troops somewhere else, and you have to defend your own area. And so you've, you know, conducted, you know, a good reconnaissance. You know what the enemy's doing, all that kind of stuff, and you decided to set up an ambush. Okay, so you're going to have the ambush point, which is where you're going to make the actual attack. And then you would have like a fallback location. And the fallback location, you know, is where you would probably leave your line 3 pack. So it's going to have some extra ammo, it's going to have some extra med supplies, maybe it's going to have some mission essential gear, depending on what the mission is and stuff like that. And so you're not going to likely take this pack to the actual ambush point. You would just be wearing, you know, your level 3, your war belt, or excuse me, your plate carrier, your war belt, and then your rifle, right? Just the stuff that you need for business. And then, like I said, at the fallback location would be a place that's close by. It's not exactly at the ambush spot. It's not too far away, fairly easy to get to, and it's someplace that provides a lot of really good cover, a lot of tactical advantage, you know, that kind of thing. That way, if you did have to fall back to it, you would hopefully be able to change the tide, so to speak, you know, of the attack. And so that's kind of the idea with it. At least that's my understanding of you know how it would best be used. But anyway, so this pouch comes with it. This obviously did not come with it. But again, there's Molly and Pal's webbing along the side. And then on this side, this is another pouch that comes with it. And this one is another pouch from a another 3VGear Paratus pack that I have from a couple years ago. And on this one, I turned it upside down actually, and just because the pouch was a little big. And then in here I've got some fast act chemical decontamination. This is a microfiber towel. I've done a review on this in the past. And then this is a chemical decon kit. So that might be, depending on the environment, if you knew that, you know, whatever, there was chemical, I don't know, then that might be something to consider. Let's see, this top one here. Oh, I got a set of Wiley X safety goggles, or, you know, ballistic glasses, whatever you want to call them. It's got multiple different lenses and stuff like that in them. But having a pair of glasses is really, really important, especially if you might find yourself in a situation where you're traveling through the woods at night. I've scratched my cornea before going out hunting to get to a hunting stand, and, you know, because a stick poked me just out of nowhere, I didn't see it, and that was a lesson learned for me, you know, that I'm always, if I'm going to be walking through the woods at night, I'm going to have a set of glasses on. So I'd recommend that you do that too. Okay, the next thing is, this is the waist belt for the pack. I'm not huge on waist belts on this style of pack. I do like it on bigger packs, but for a smaller pack, a medium-sized pack, I guess it's more of a medium size, then I'm probably not going to use the waist belt on it, especially in a situation where I would be using my war belt. You could put it above it, you could let it ride above it if you want, if that's comfortable for you, but I don't find it comfortable personally, so I'm going to take those off. Okay, that's it for that pouch. And the zippers on these are nice. They're, you know, nice and thick, and they seem to work pretty well. I don't have any issues with them. Okay, so down here, let's see what else we got in here. Oh, this was the other side of the chem stuff. This was another fast act mask. It is designed, it's got activated carbon and all that kind of stuff in it. You know, so hopefully you might be able to breathe a little bit better if there was CS gas or something, maybe. I don't know. You know, I've never tried it in any of that stuff, so I don't know really how it works, how well it works. They claim it works well, but I'm not gonna CS myself to do that. This here is just a RZ mask. Did a video on these a long time ago. Nice little masks. They have N95 inserts inside of them, and you can use that, you know, to cover your face or whatever. And, you know, if you had a hard time breathing or something, then that would be fine. These are also got some activated charcoal in those particular ones as well, I think, if I remember correctly. Not 100% sure. Okay, so what else we got? Oh, gun cleaning kit. You know, that's kind of an important one. You never know, might need to get something, you know, clean it up a little bit. Okay, that's it for that. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. And it's got lots of straps on it for cinching the load down, so it's not rattling and making noise and all that kind of jazz. So that's kind of cool. All right, in here we've got a bunch of zip ties, you know, for flex cuffs, whatever you want to call them. And we've got a trauma kit. It's got a Benchmade knife. I think it's a Benchmade. Yeah, Benchmade knife for shearing clothes. We got a cat tourniquet, pressure bandage, couple of things of Z-fold gauze, couple of high fin chest seals, NPA airway. I think the only thing I'm missing in this one is a decompression needle. I need to vacuum seal it as well. Okay, next item. Just threw in a little Sog Tomahawk, you know, in case you needed to get some firewood or something. This kind of situation, you're not going to be really getting firewood or whatever. Obviously, I guess you could fight with it. If it's gotten that bad, then there's a lot of trouble. You're in a hurting way. Cool little Sog Tomahawk though. You know, like I said, I think more realistic use would be just, you know, trimming some little branches off a tree or something like that if you needed to start like a Dakota hole fire or something, if you had some real bad weather come in or something. But anyway, also just kind of showing the size of this pocket too, you know, that it would fit in there. Garbage bags, always good to have in case you're gathering up stuff and you need to carry stuff back to the camp or whatever. It's good to have an extra set of garbage bags. Okay, got more straps on the side. Okay, so in the top pouch here, just had another little radio backup. You know, you could also just throw in batteries if you wanted. I've got 6 mags right here, right towards the top, because you want those to be, you know, easily accessible. And use that. That's 5. I got one more in here. There it is. So there's another magazine. So we've got 7 in the pack total, and that would be a full replacement because I carry 7 on my gear as well. So then we've got, like I said, you might be some mission specific gear. This is just some leafy 3D camo. It's a net suit, and you know, if you were like a designated marksman or sniper, whatever, something like that, then maybe you would want to wear something like this. I don't know. It could also just represent a change of clothes or something along those lines. You know, it's just there just to show you. Then I've just got a 1 liter stainless steel water bottle. Worst goes to worst, and you have to collect water and boil it for some reason. You have the ability to if you want to. And what else do we got in here? Okay, we got 2 MREs. One for the day trip there, one for the day trip back, assuming, you know, if it was a day's walk or whatever. You wouldn't want to be conducting any kind of ambushes anywhere close to where you're living. So you want it to be considerable distance away, because they don't want to tie the correlation, you know, to the activity to your area. Then we've got a little Wowtac A5. It's like 3,500 lumen light. It's ridiculous, super bright, pretty cool little light, and it takes this huge battery. I forget what they call these. 26650. Looks almost like a C cell, but a little longer. It's kind of a cross between a C and a D cell. I haven't used Wowtac before. They seem like a decent light. I don't know. It's okay. All right. And what else we got? Oh, and then we've also got just a Grand Trunk hammock in here. And this could obviously be used to build shelter in a pinch. It's a kind of a subdued color. It can also be used for creating a litter if you had to carry somebody out, you know, one of your teammates or something like that. Then that's going to make it a little bit easier. You can take a pole and basically just hang it, you know, down between them, put the guy in the middle and carry him that way. So that's, you know, something else. And then we've also got a 3 liter Camelback in here. Pull this out of the way, and then we also have a shot stop level 3. I think this is a level 3 plate. Pretty sure it's level 3 or 3 plus. Let me see. Yeah, 3 plus. Standalone, so it'll stop 7.62 by 51, or you know, 308, or 55 grain full metal jacket, 5.56 as well. So just some additional ballistic protection. Like I said, you might be using this in a situation where you needed to do like a fallback kind of situation, and this would just be able to provide you a little bit additional cover where you're shooting from it. You know, maybe if you throw the pack down and you're throwing your rifle across the top of it, it might help to provide some additional protection or something. So anyhow, that's the gamut. That's it. That's all I've got on it. It's pretty cool pack. I think that they're until April 30th. I think 3VGear is running a discount code for you guys. I'll throw the discount code in here because I don't remember it right off the top of my head. And so if you want to check out their stuff, I think it's 15. It might even be 25%, 20%. I don't remember. It's been a little while. I'm a little overdue on doing this pack. Here's a look at the at this side of it. As you can see, it's got this nice texture on it. It's kind of a semi-rigid texture to help with airflow and stuff like that. The straps are sewn in, you know, with some good webbing up here at the top. I think they're going to be plenty tough. The Paratus that I've had for a couple of years, I haven't had any issues with the straps. You know, they're thin, which is good in a tactical situation because it doesn't stop you from mounting your rifle or jack you up very much. The straps are padded, but they're still, you know, fairly thin. They've got this mesh on the back of them, and so that's pretty cool. They've also got these load adjusting straps up here at the top, which is good, and then a chest strap as well. One downside that I would say is that for big guys like me, you might want a little additional length on the straps. But you know, I'm a pretty large guy, and it still fits fine. But if you were much bigger than 250, 260 pounds, then you're probably going to want some longer straps on there. But otherwise, pretty nice. You know, I don't see any issues with it. Like I said, this is the second one. The first one I bought on my own, had it for a couple of years, been great. And then this one they sent to me to review, and so yeah, I think it's a good deal. I think it's a decent pack for sure. I don't see really any significant downsides to it. I mean, I think it's right up there with you know, with Blackhawk and that kind of stuff. You know, I mean, the quality of it and the sewing and the stitching and all that jazz is pretty good. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. You know, just a quick look at the 3VGear bag. I think it'll work for you, and you might be able to save some money on it, and they're pretty reasonably priced too. So check out their website. I believe it's 3VGear.com. And thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to live the 6 P's. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.